Hey there, everybody. Cade here from Ravencroft Guitars. Um, Informal video, but just wanted to kind of give my closing thoughts on the Great Guitar Build-Off. I'm recording this on Tuesday, the day after the competition officially ends and voting closes. First off, I want to say thank you to absolutely everybody who voted for me. I'm not sure exact numbers, but I think we were just shy of 250 votes, which is phenomenal. Way more than I was expecting to ever get. Yeah, nowhere near the top 10, but I never thought I was going to be. But just the fact that 250 people saw my guitar, saw something that I created with my own hands in my garage, and liked it enough to vote for it is amazing. That's a huge win in my mind. Um, yeah, so kind of with that, I haven't really thought about how I want to word my thoughts, so you're getting kind of stream of consciousness stuff. I'm not even using a tripod, I'm just holding my phone. But there's been a lot of people that have been frustrated with the way that voting was handled. People that are frustrated that people with a bigger social media platform seem to have an unfair advantage, able to get more votes because they have a community already. People are frustrated that some people manage to find backdoor ways to vote more than once for the same person, something that wasn't supposed to be allowed, and it really is against the rules, but people found ways to do it anyways. And all in all, people are just kind of frustrated as a whole. They feel like this became more of a popularity contest than an actual guitar building competition. So I understand the frustration. I understand people being upset about like the cheating explicitly, like finding backdoor ways to vote more than once. Clearly, you went out to find those ways, and that's just really disingenuous as a whole, in my opinion. I think that's, I don't know, it's pretty crappy of those people. Whether you are the builder and you found a way to do that, we're encouraging people to do that. I didn't hear any specifics on who was doing it, so don't take this as like a stab at anyone in particular. I honestly don't know. Or if you were somebody who was trying to support someone, like I get that you were hopefully trying to do it for good, to support someone that you believe in, but it's just kind of crappy for everybody else involved. As far as the popularity contest side of things, I personally don't think that I agree with that assessment. Mostly because the idea that it's not fair that people who have already worked hard to build up a community around them are being able to now get some of the fruit from that. It feels like you're trying to punish people, for working hard at what they do and showing people what they're doing and everything like that. Yeah, I don't know. I understand that, like, you don't want people who are professional luthiers necessarily entering, but I think some of those people that have big platforms are still doing this in the amateur sense. They're still just doing it as a side gig. They're still just doing it for fun. They just got on the YouTube bandwagon a little earlier than some of the rest of us. Even that being said, like, I feel like people who had good builds saw their communities grow faster than people who maybe didn't have as stellar builds. I made my YouTube channel, and I have no idea how many subscribers I now have, but I only made it at the start of the competition. And I think I have less than 200 followers now, which I mean is phenomenal. Like, again, the fact that many people want to watch me build guitars when I'm still actively learning the craft is super cool. But some people who had really phenomenal builds that had really high pieces of technical precision and design and were just overall beautiful guitars probably saw more growth with their subscribers because people started sharing those things. So to kind of talk badly about those people, I feel not only is just kind of disingenuous, but is also kind of flying in the face of what this whole thing was meant to be about. And I've mentioned this on like Instagram posts and in intros of some of the series of the guitar actually being built. But I don't really feel that this is a competition first and foremost. For me, this is a celebration of the art of lutherie, and an endeavor to encourage more people to build guitars, to take the crappiness that has been the last 2 years and make something positive out of it, introduce people into the new hobby, get people to step outside their comfort zone. Even if you've been building guitars for a while, try doing new things, and showing off your work to other builders who are going to know the mistakes, not just showing them off on Instagram and Facebook to people that are your friends and family that may not know what they're looking at. And I've put that on Instagram, and somebody, I can't remember who it was, I'm sorry, but somebody basically said that, this is called the Great Guitar Build-Off, not the Great Guitar Festival. And yeah, fair enough. This was put out in the format of a competition. However, my take on it is not that it's a competition first and foremost, it's that is the medium we are using to do all of these other things, right? It's kind of like, I don't know if this is a thing in your neck of the woods, dear viewer, but like coloring contests when you're a kid. Is it really about who is the best colorer, or is it just encouraging kids to be creative and to, do something physical and artistic? Maybe you're somebody who is like, no, competition, I had to be the best damn colorer. But personally, it was just like, yeah, whatever. Kids like to color. Cool. Yeah, so I don't know. Things that I think we could improve upon moving forward, because this is only the second year, and something that I feel like a lot of people have also forgotten is that this blew up a lot bigger than I think Crimson and Ben and everyone at Great Guitar Build-Off HQ was really anticipating. And they're also actively dealing with a pandemic as well, and trying to build an international event in the middle of a pandemic that is exponentially larger than it was last year, which was exponentially larger than they thought it was going to be. So, there's room for improvement. Every year it's going to get a little bit better. And this is a thought that I was kind of floating around, but somebody vocalized it a lot better than I did. So I'm stealing their thoughts. But the idea that maybe we need to have prizes in multiple categories. So rather than just having the best guitar overall, I'm like, that should still be a prize. But maybe we do, who had the best design, who had the best finish, who had the best headstock, because headstocks are notoriously difficult, who had the most entertaining videos, who had the most informative videos, who used color the best, those kinds of things. That way, maybe somebody who is, not as experienced in the actual execution of their guitar might be able to win some of the other smaller categories. Maybe their design was stellar, but they just didn't have the skills or the tools or the time to really put it into, a final product that really captured that. Or maybe, they just did a standard Les Paul. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but like that was just what they did. And that's not going to grab people who are looking for something that's new and fantastic and amazing in new creative spaces. But maybe the finish they did on it was absolutely top notch, and they did really cool things with stain, and they made a textured pattern on it or something. I feel like that might potentially open it up to kind of more people getting recognition for the amazing work that they're doing. Yeah. Crimson has since put out that there's going to be a builder vote. Honestly, I don't think that's going to change too much other stuff. Like a peer choice, a lot of people have put that out there. I honestly don't think that it's going to change a whole lot of things. I think some of the top 10 guitars are ones that are the top 10 guitars. There's obviously a few that maybe don't deserve to be up there if you get right down to the nitty gritty, but ultimately I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. That's just my opinion. Some of the ones that are in the top 10 were very much my runaways for the entire competition. Just my opinion. I didn't notice anybody that I was like, wow, this is amazing and stellar and needs to be recognized as being one of the best guitars made, that only got 30 votes. Like, I never saw anybody that was that extreme, and maybe that's just because, again, social media presence, I saw the ones that people were promoting. Don't know. But yeah, I don't know. It's it's interesting, and I think I'm just kind of bogged down with all the negativity around it. There's a lot of people that are complaining about small aspects of it, or aspects that they see as being huge that I just don't see as being as big. People are allowed to have different opinions. But I'm not seeing as many people that are just kind of like celebrating the fact that there are, 300 plus more guitars in the world than there used to be. There are 300 plus more guitar builders in the world than there was. We have people that didn't enter the competition this year, but are planning on doing it next year because they've seen some of the work that we were doing. I had comments on my own videos, and I've seen comments on other people's videos where people have been inspired to pick it up and want to do so soon so they can perfect their craft so that it'll be better for next competition. I'm already planning out design ideas that I want to do for my next one. I'm going to be building more guitars. Usually I'm like one a year, and now it's going to be more than that. It's going to be, well, at least 3 this year, if not a couple more. Finding things that, I did wrong, but somebody else did really well, and learning from them. Zwitch Guitars, I learned so much from watching his build. Bonehead Guitars, watching his taught me so much. An Ecuador, which I think I said that wrong. Huge inspiration. I straight up commented on one of his videos that I'm going to steal some of his ideas. He was my pick for the best one, personally, by the way. He's absolutely amazing. I just think it's the positive that has come out of this competition has kind of been bogged down by some of the negative, and that's really unfortunate. This has been an incredible experience and has really empowered a lot of people to build guitars, myself included. It has brought more people into the guitar building community. It has raised so much money for charity. Even those of us that didn't donate our guitars or auction off our guitars, personally I didn't, because I knew it wasn't good enough to be auctioned off. And I don't want to saddle somebody with a bad guitar. We still kind of brought awareness to the whole situation, and I mean, we all paid our entrance fee, which still is going to charity. The amount that we have raised and have managed to bring more positive energy and more goodness into the world is fantastic. So yeah, I think overall it was a success. I know not everyone agrees with me. There are some very vocal people, one or two that I've gotten into it with over various things through the whole competition, but towards the end. And that stinks. I hope that those people that had a negative experience, I hope that their next experience is better. And I hope that this doesn't discourage them from being a part of the competition or from building guitars or whatever. And I hope that they don't let that negativity that they're currently experiencing and feeling sour their interactions with others or with Crimson or Ben in the future. I've seen some pretty nasty comments, and I hope that it's just kind of emotion of the moment and that everyone kind of cools down eventually. But yeah, so that's about it. I just kind of had some closing thoughts. I'm not even going to really edit this video. I'm just going to upload it straight from my phone. But yeah. Once again, thank you to everybody who watched along. I will be building more guitars. I will be recording them and putting videos on this channel, so feel free to watch and critique. Thank you to Ben and Crimson and Great Guitar Build Off for making this whole thing possible. I definitely would not have built this guitar without, this competition, quote unquote. And just kind of for everything. Really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who also built guitars and was supportive and encouraging to one another, and really made this an overall positive experience for people like me. So thank you very much, guys. Make sure that you're being good to yourselves, staying safe, and keep building guitars. I know I will.